I'm wondering too, guys. Now in a world where undrafted free agents are getting more opportunities than ever, what's your advice for dudes who are taking the 6th round, 7th round, or a UDFA, who are coming in with not a lot of security? They're busting their butts just for a shot at the roster. Obviously, the salary cap plays a big part in this. What if there's an undrafted free agent who's signed with the team who's getting set to go to minicamp or an OTA for the first time? What do they need to know going into this unknown frontier of an NFL building, of the NFL business, of how to handle themselves and what to do to put themselves in the best chance to make a team? Doug, you've been through the gauntlet of it. What would you suggest?
The number one thing is don't give them a reason to cut you.
Wow. That's
it. You are there early. You're there late. You're the hardest worker. First one on the field, last one off the field, asking questions, asking for just to let them know you are serious. Wes Welker was a free agent signing for us in San Diego, and we all saw his athleticism. He didn't get a snap in OTAs. He didn't get a snap in mini camps. He was camp legs. He was a guy over here. And we all saw his athleticism, what he could do. And he just kept, taking his mental reps, being ready. They were going to cut him after the first preseason game. Instead, he got in for the last two. And Dave Dickinson was his quarterback. He's in the last 2 minutes of the game, catches 4 or 5 balls and returns a punt for a touchdown. They got to keep him another week. So when your opportunity shows, whether it's a rep in practice or if it waits as long as you have to mentally prepare harder than the other guys.
Well, I know this firsthand, being a free agent, and this is when they had 12 rounds. And I asked the receiver coach, a guy named Richard Williamson, I asked him the first day, what's going to give me the best opportunity to make this team? He said 2 things, be in the best shape possible. I mean, I'm always in great shape, so that wasn't a problem. And he says, know every single route on every single player, every single skill position. So I knew what every single skill position was doing on every single route. So if someone went down, if they needed to replace someone, I could go in. I knew what the running back had. I knew what the tight end had. I knew whatever receiver was in. I knew every single position on every single passing play. So that allowed me to replace guys. If someone was Nick, if a veteran was taking a veteran day, I was able to step in, and that impressed the coaches. I did that in practice because a lot of people think you make the team in the game. You only get so many opportunities in the game. You got to show them that you can do it in practice. When they see that on a consistent basis, that's when they give you an opportunity. So that's the best advice I could give to guys. Know more than what you need to know. And try to stay healthy as possible, but know more than what you need to know. So if they need someone to fit in there, you're able to do it.
It's amazing. It's a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. And, I've been following the Vikings my whole life. Adam Thielen ends up playing 13 years in the NFL as an undrafted free agent. And he made a bunch of Pro Bowls and he made a bunch of money. But Thielen, the only reason he got an opportunity to even go to a mini camp and a training camp is because the Vikes back in the day had training camp at Mankato State,
where he went to school,
which is where he went. They were saving on a plane ticket. And so here you have these franchises worth $6, $7, $8 billion. And yet, and Thielen's point was, I didn't drop a ball. I knew I couldn't drop a ball. I knew I couldn't have an assignment bust. Yep. And as Milt just pointed out, whenever they slotted me anywhere on the field, I knew I had to go there and perform. And that's for the guys, 6th, 7th round undrafted free agents. Doug, I now wonder about Ty Simpson, 13th overall pick, comes in. The Rams wanted him. They put on an act thinking they were trying to show Matthew Stafford respect the night of the draft when they announced the pick. But now Ty Simpson comes in, and everybody knows he's here to be Stafford's heir apparent. Mm-hmm. What's the quarterback room like now with Stafford and Simpson and everybody else?
Doug. Before Doug gets going, I just want to say one quick thing. Yeah. The Rams didn't want him. The GM, Les Snead. That's who wanted him. I'll get on to that, but go ahead, Doug. I just wanted to mention that.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a power struggle sometimes. And, whether you go back to Aaron Rodgers and the draft of Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers would have loved to have had another big weapon at receiver to go get it one more time. And you're looking at a Rams team that was so close last year, looked great and had an opportunity that's, do the same thinking. I would think you're going after one more skilled guy, one more, maybe a weak spot in the offense, wherever it might have been, to elevate this team one more notch. Because Matthew Stafford is going nowhere. He's 38 years old. I played till I was 43. These quarterbacks now, that with their nutrition and the things they're doing into their 40s, if they want. So he's got 3 to 5 more years if he wants it, the way he throws the football and his knowledge of the game. So he's not going anywhere. He's going to sit. Ty's going to sit the bench and watch and get ready and when the opportunity comes. But the quarterback room itself, it's not an issue. I mean, and Matthew Stafford is not threatened by this situation at all.
No,
he knows he's the number one. He especially coming off of last year, and he'll help Ty. He'll go bring him along just in case there's an injury. He wants that guy ready to go and be able to step in and not miss a beat.
Yeah, for me, and I know the Rams are saying this was the guy they wanted. Like I mentioned, I think this was the guy Les Snead wanted. He has a relationship with Ty's father, Jason, who's the head coach at UT Martin. A relationship that's so strong that when Ty was thinking about coming out, they actually went and talked to Les and said, "What should we do?" And there's rumors coming out that they said, "Oh, don't worry about it. We're going to draft him." So this wasn't the guy that Sean McVay wanted. The way he looked, he wanted a guy who was going to help this team out next season. This team was basically one play away from going to the Super Bowl. They could have got an edge guy. They could have got another receiver, as Doug mentioned. They could have got anything. Ty Simpson is not going to help this team out. Yes, he may be their quarterback of the future. He may not be. He only played 15 games in college. They've seen a small sample size. This was a weak draft for quarterbacks. There was Mendoza and Ty Simpson. No one had Ty Simpson going in the first round. I mean, they had maybe Arizona trading into the end of the first round and getting, but no one had him. But this was some nepotism, maybe in my opinion, because Les Snead had a strong relationship with this family, so they drafted him. So I hope he plays well. I hope he has a great career, but 15 games is just not enough for me to say this is going to be my quarterback of the future.
15 games in an era where these kids have played 6 years of college football and bounced all over the place to start everywhere. So there's guys with a lot more experience.
Yeah, and you think about Simpson's run, he finally gets one at Alabama, loses on opening day, rebounds, they get a playoff win, they get run out of the gym by Indiana. And I just wonder, guys, like, what's the balance here if you're a team like the Rams? A team like the Rams that, as Milt said, a player or two away from reaching the Super Bowl. And then they go this offseason, they sign Jalen Watson as a free agent from KC. They trade with Kansas City to go get McDuffie. So you're kind of lining up to go for it, while at the same time, the GM's role is the best interest of the football team, which could be the long-term interest if you believe in the quarterback. Where's the balance between finding a guy and going for it? Milt, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, Les Snead, he famously wore a shirt that said, "F them picks."
Right.
It's since 2017, they've drafted once in the first round, not including this past year. And that was a Verse in 2024. He's traded away those guys because he wanted guys who was going to help them right away. And this is the first year he's done it, in forever. So that's why I said there's some nepotism involved. So I'm not understanding of it. And I don't think Sean McVay is happy about it. He doesn't want to have to coach a guy who's fresh out of college in a couple of years. He wants guys, he wants to win now. He's been coaching too long. So I'm not understanding that they've done this. This has not been their protocol. This has not been their formula for success in years past. So I'm confused about it.
And if they were to have a season where things don't go their way, guys get banged up, whatever it is, and all of a sudden they're a sub 500 team this year, he's on the hot seat, right? What have you done for me lately? So head coaches do not think 3 years down the road. They're winning today. Their job is to win or they're gone. The GMs usually stick around through stupid mistakes and whatever, but
right.
We're rebuilding. We're rebuilding. Yeah, you didn't say that to the coach when you let him go. even though he's a winning coach. Look at Buffalo. They didn't win the damn Super Bowl, so all of a sudden their coach is gone. Come on. So that's that.
Doug is still mad about that, boy. Doug is still mad.
Coaches need to win today, and they know it. The only possible upside is not that it's an upside, but if Stafford at 38 years old were to get banged up, I say as you get older, it's hard to stay healthy for 16, 18 weeks, whatever. Are you bringing in a guy that can play at that level quickly and be able to not miss a beat when he jumps in there if Stafford were to ever get banged up?
Yeah, Louis Riddick tells the story. He was around Marvin Lewis for a couple of years. I think they were in Washington together or something. And he said, Coach, I really want to get into coaching. I want to work with DBs. Riddick played in the secondary as a player. Marvin looked at him and said, Louis, you stick on the GM path. The GMs survive a lot longer than the coaches do. Keep that in mind.